Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jazzy. So today I am bringing you guys a Q&A. I asked you guys to send me all of your questions on Instagram and on here. So you guys did just that. You sent me a ton of questions, honestly, and they're all like super good questions. So I am going to be answering them today. I figured I'd do like a little bit more of a casual Q&A in my car, mostly because I wanted Duncan. So I was like, I might as well just do it in the car. It'll make me like more open to answering questions. You know, like when I'm sitting in front of a camera at home, like it's just, I'm less, you know me. I feel like I'm more me in the car. So I am excited to answer these. If I don't answer your question today, definitely check the link in the description. I did a Q&A like a couple of months ago, and I may have already answered your question. So if that's the case, just check the link in the description and you can watch that one as well. Or if you want to know more answers to like different questions, definitely check that video out, because that one's really good, honestly, too. So let's just jump on in to some of your questions. So first things first, do you have any trips coming up? I do have a trip coming up. Dominic and I both are planning on going to Florida to visit my parents, as per always. But then we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be making our way over to Daytona because my friend Elena is having her baby shower. So I am going to be going to that, and then Dominic's going to be heading home, and then I am going to actually stay there for a week with Elena and like hang out with all of my friends in that area, because I really haven't been back to Daytona since my parents moved to the Panhandle. So if you guys aren't familiar with Florida, my parents live like way over here, and then Elena and like the rest of my friends, Lauren, Bree doesn't live there anymore, but like all of my other friends live over on that other side. So I'm really excited to get to see everyone and just like kind of have a moment, because I haven't been able to in a very long time. So that's going to be fun, and I'm going to be reminiscing up the storm. I'll actually probably bring you guys along to like reminisce on my times in Daytona. I really actually miss those days, and I'm nervous to go back because I'm worried I'm going to want to move back there. Okay, moving right along to the next question, which is how old are you? I am 27 years old. I constantly get it confused with 28 because I feel like I'm just older than I want to be anyway. So 27 years old, that one was easy to answer. Well, easy in times. When I was going in for my vaccine, I literally had to ask Dominic, like, am I 27 or 28? And then he tells me I'm 27, and I had to like scribble out my age and change it to 27 because I put 28. Okay, moving along. What do you do for work? Is YouTube your job? So kind of, I would say YouTube. I would say all of my jobs are because of YouTube. I wouldn't say YouTube is my only job, but because of YouTube, I have been given other jobs. So I do work with like a couple of brands and a couple of different companies that I would consider my core income, but YouTube is what granted me those jobs. So I think YouTube is my job. That's what I would say. Okay, moving right along. What part of getting married are you most looking forward to? That's a broad question, because I feel like Dominic and I live our life like we're married already. So for me to say like I'm most looking forward to, I guess, sharing our finances, which I think is like, it sounds messed up, but I'm just most looking forward to having like putting all of our stuff in one account and like going forward, because right now the way we've always done our finances in our relationship, we've always shared our finances, but we've had to make adjustments because we don't have a shared bank account. So I'm just most excited to have a shared bank account, because it's just kind of stressful, like not knowing, like it's just, we're always transferring money. Basically, we always know how much we have as a whole, but it'll just be nice to just have it all in one bank account, rather than having like a calculator out and being like, okay, so this is how much money we have in this one, this is how much money we have in this one, oh, this is how much we have overall. Like, it would just be nice to actually just share a bank account and be comfortable in that. And then also, I'm really excited to take his last name. I can't wait for that. I'm so pumped about that. So that I'm excited for. And what else? To call him my husband, obviously, the usual. That's just basic though, you know. But like daily life, I don't think anything's gonna change. Dominic's been calling me his wife since he met me, so it's really not gonna be that different for me. Okay, next question is any good movies or show recommendations? I don't remember if I've ever told you guys about the show Atypical, but that is one of our favorite shows of all time, and it is on Netflix, and they're on the last season right now. So if you guys haven't watched that, highly recommend Atypical. It's kind of like sitcom-y. It's actually about an autistic kid, which I adore, and he's just amazing. And then like all of the other kids, they have a lot of, I think they're all autistic actors, other than, I believe, if I'm right, the main character isn't actually autistic in real life, but then there's other actors who I believe are autistic, and they are just so cute. Like, their personalities are everything. It's just so cool to like, I don't know. I guess I'm really interested in that. It's cool to be immersed in like their brains. Like, it's just such a cool show. I love how they showcase that you aren't really held back by a disability, or you are, but you can adjust to different things. And I don't know. It's just like a really cool show. I feel like it's a great show to show that like show to show. It's a great show to showcase the good that comes with being autistic as well. Did you decide on eloping or having a wedding ceremony? We are going to do both. So I think I mentioned this to you guys, but I'm pretty sure she asked this question before I posted the video about it. We are going to elope this coming up year, so in 2022, and then we're planning on having a ceremony in 2023. I don't believe that's going to change, but obviously things change in time, and maybe it will, but I'm pretty sure right now that's what we're set on. Sorry guys, my camera is overheating. It's pretty hot out today. So, when we can travel anywhere in the world again, where would you most love to go on holiday? So I just, first of all, love the way you guys call it holiday. This is from my subby Abby. I love her. But I am really excited. I really want to go to Ireland. I know I've been talking to you guys about that for a while. And when we can, like, when we feel comfortable traveling across the country, I think Ireland will probably be one of the first places we go. If only because we can hit Ireland and then also hit the UK at the same time. Because we were talking about going to Ireland for a while, like I mentioned to you guys, but we just didn't know the logistics of it all. We knew we would have to plan everything. So we're thinking like it would be cool to take one of those trips that you can get on Groupon and travel over there, so that everything's kind of like planned out for you, like your night stays in places. So that is where I would be most excited to go, but we are also planning a trip to California, as you guys also know. Are you planning on moving again? I don't know. We don't know. Everything's up in the air for us. We're here for another 2 years, so we're happy here right now, but we'll probably move again. What's your favorite part of having a YouTube channel? My absolute favorite part of having a YouTube channel is all of you guys. Like, you have no idea how much joy you bring to my life. I don't know if my life was so unfulfilled before I had you guys, and knowing that I have reach in other countries, like when you guys comment and say like love from Paris or love from even Connecticut, or like places that are, just knowing where you guys are in the world is so cool to me. That I'm able to connect with you guys so well, and like that you got even people that don't speak my language. Like, it's just so cool to get comments like that. So that is my biggest benefit of YouTube, just having made all these friends from all over the world. Like, I just never would have imagined that for my life, and I genuinely feel like I know all of you, because even the ones that don't comment, like, I genuinely feel like you're my friends because I'm talking to all of you. So like, it's just weird. I never knew what it was like to be on the other side of it. When I would watch YouTubers, I never used to comment on people's things, and I still honestly don't really comment on very many YouTubers. So like, I didn't really know how they felt about their subscribers. Like, I was just kind of like, I'm just another number to them. Like, I just watch them and feel like they're my friend, and they don't even know who I am, really. Which is true if I don't comment, but at the same time, like, I see the numbers and I don't know. It's just, you are someone to me. So like, I don't know, being on the other side of things, now I know how how it feels to have people watching you all the time and to have people showing up for you. You guys show up for me, and there is nothing more rewarding than having, you know, hundreds of friends that show up for you every week or every couple of times a week. It's just very fulfilling to hear things like, you've made me confident, you've helped me try to come out of my shell, you've helped me try things that I wouldn't have tried otherwise, you've your happiness makes me happy, you make me laugh every time I watch a video. I wait for your video to come out. Like, do you guys, I am emotional. Like, it means a lot to me that you guys are my friends. So that's my favorite part about YouTube, is all of my friends on YouTube, which is all of you guys. Are you doing vlogmas this year? Definitely doing vlogmas this year. I'm so nervous to do it this year, but I am gonna do it this year. I am going to plan it out a little different than last year, because last year you guys know I vlogged every single day. I didn't have any like pre-planned stuff. So I'm gonna try and pre-plan this year, because last year, you guys, it was a mess. Like, if you guys haven't watched my vlogmas from last year, definitely try it. I know that it wasn't a mess from a viewer's perspective, but from a me perspective, oh my gosh, I was dying with the anxiety every single day, because it was so stressful, like having to edit the video film, edit. It was just like a lot, and I didn't really get to like dive into the holiday the way that I like to, but at the same time, like, it got me so much better at editing videos, it got me better at filming, it got me better at everything, so I'm so grateful that I did it. But I do think that, like, even if I could pre-film maybe like 2 videos a week, like 2 videos like prior to actually vlogmas, and just do 5 vlogs a week or something like that, and then 2 like pre-filmed videos, I think you guys will like that anyway. You guys are just great. Like, literally, I could post a picture of me like saying hi or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I just think I just need to be less hard on myself this year, and not be so like, I need to vlog every single day. I know you guys love everything. You guys are just, you have shown me, that's the other thing. I know I already got emotional about this, but you have shown me that, like, I don't need to overthink everything I do. Like, you guys are going to love it no matter what, and it just means, it means a lot knowing that you guys are just, you're here for me, and that just, yeah, it means so much. So back to me being emotional again. But I'm definitely doing vlogmas this year, probably just gonna change things up a little bit from last year. Okay, moving along. How did you get into fashion, and what are your best fashion tips for bigger girls? This is a good question for me to get out of my emotions. Well, maybe it'll make me emotional still. But I have actually been into fashion like my whole life, honestly, since I was super duper young. And it's weird that my channel kind of gravitated towards fashion, because I definitely didn't realize my channel would become fashion related at all. Like, there was no part of me that thought I was going to have a fashion related channel. But growing up, like, I was really into fashion when I was younger, and I had some interesting style choices when I was younger. But then, like, even in high school, when I was a photographer, I wanted to be an editorial photographer. Like, I was really into fashion photography. All I ever wanted to do was style my models and like take pictures of them. Like, I was really, really into fashion. Even when I was in high school, and like, I would wear heels every day, I was like always trying to be on the fashion trends, even when they weren't that cool. But yeah, so that's, I think it's always been an interest of mine. And then on top of it, let's see, what else did you say? Okay, so your other question was, what is your biggest fashion tip, or your best fashion tip for bigger girls? So I personally, my biggest fashion tip is to throw out your norms of what you're looking for when it comes to a size. So I have, my whole life, I've honestly been really good with sizes. Like, if I have to go up a size, I've never been ashamed of that. It's just, I have to go up a size and it'll look better on me. And like, I know growing up, I had so many friends who were so afraid of going up a size, like, or going up 2 sizes or 3 sizes. Like, they were so scared of the number of the size of the item that they would try and fit themselves into things that didn't fit them, because they didn't want to go up in the size. Now, when you guys see me in these hauls trying to fit myself into things that don't fit me, it's because they're literally, I can't go up in the size because they don't have it. So that's the reason that I try to fit myself into some things that don't fit me. But it's never because I don't want to, because I always, if they had a 6X at Shein, I would be rocking the 6X and I would be doing it confidently, because I've realized, and I've known honestly all growing up, that everywhere has different sizes, so like you can't really compare. So now, like, of course I'm a 5X in Shein, but that doesn't make me any less of a 3X somewhere else, or a 1X even somewhere else. It just really depends on the company that you're buying from and the product and all of that kind of stuff. So just don't be afraid to order a size bigger if that's what you would be more comfortable in. What made you decide to do a YouTube channel? So my YouTube channel has gone from way different than what I would have ever expected it to be, but the real reason that I wanted to do a YouTube channel originally was just because it actually correlates with the size thing. I followed a lot of plus size YouTubers, and a lot of them were very hung up on their size, and they were almost blatantly trying to talk about their size all the time. And I didn't see any YouTubers out there that weren't, and this was before I started YouTube. Now I see a lot of YouTubers out there that don't do this, but at the time I didn't know of any YouTubers that were just their size. This is just the size they are, and they just live their life. Every YouTuber that I watched was either harping on their size because they were upset about it, or harping on their size because they were trying to show that they were okay with it, which I just don't think is necessary on either spectrum. And I just didn't know of any YouTubers that were empowering people of all sizes, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want my YouTube to only be applicable if you're a plus size woman. I wanted it to be applicable if you were any size, and we're all beautiful in the size that we are. Everybody's built in different shapes. And actually, I heard this amazing quote. This was way after I started YouTube, but I heard this amazing quote comparing humans to dogs. And it's just really interesting. Like, when you look at dogs, you wouldn't look at a Chihuahua and say, man, I wish that Chihuahua was a golden retriever. Or why doesn't that Chihuahua look like a golden retriever? You say that Chihuahua looks like a Chihuahua and it's cute. And that golden retriever looks like a golden retriever and it's cute. And like, this quote was like explaining that, or this person was explaining, I don't remember who it was now, but she was explaining that like humans are the same way. Like, why do we look at humans and say, oh, that girl's so small, I wish she had hips? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so stupid. We wouldn't look at our Chihuahua and say, why are her ears too small? Like, you would say, oh, cute little Chihuahua. So I don't know, my goal with my channel from the beginning was to make everybody realize that we're unique in our own ways, and that that's special in itself. We don't need to change how we are to appease other people, I suppose you could say. And that quote just kind of reminds me of that like, maybe I am a chow chow. Or, you know, some other fluffy dog, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love being a chow chow. They are so cute. And maybe you are a little, you know, Yorkie, and you're freaking adorable as well. So, I don't know. I definitely wandered in this topic, but basically, I just wanted to start my channel because I wasn't seeing any YouTubers that were just being who they were, confident in who they were, but weren't like over the top, like, I'm a chow chow and I'm freaking the best chow chow there is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just was getting that vibe from a lot of the YouTubers that I followed. I just wasn't seeing any YouTubers that weren't like basically word vomiting plus size, power of the plus size community, and like, no, power of all of women. I think every woman is beautiful. Every man is beautiful as well. Like, and that was the goal of my channel. So yeah, that's it. That was it. That was why I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Are you close with your parents? Yes, I'm extremely close with my parents. My mom is literally my best friend, and well, next to Dominic. Dominic is my best friend. You can have more than one best friend though. My mom is my second best friend, and if something were to happen to my mom, I would seriously have an issue. Okay, so the next question is, what is the food plan for the wedding? So first of all, I need to turn this AC up, so hopefully you guys don't mind, but I'm like honestly super hot. Oh, that might be why, because this is, okay. The food plan for the wedding, we haven't really discussed it too in depth, but we're probably going to do a food truck. It'll depend on the location that we have our wedding at. Because if we do it where we're planning on having it, I think we might have to do catering. I'm not sure about a food truck. Maybe the food truck, we'll probably do a food truck, honestly. And we've talked about maybe doing Cubans, because we both really like Cubans, and that's just like a fun, very different thing that you don't normally see at weddings. So that's the food plan so far, but we really haven't gone that in depth on the food yet. What are your honeymoon plans? So we don't have anything planned for a honeymoon yet. We are planning, so when we elope, we are planning on a big trip type of thing. So it'll kind of be a honeymoon elopement combined, which is what's really special about eloping, is that you can do kind of an elopement honeymoon combination type of thing, and it doesn't cost you all that extra money. So that is what is in the cards for now, but I'm not going to speak on it yet just because I don't want to jinx anything. So we will see. What's your favorite season versus holiday? So my favorite season is winter. No, it's not. It's fall. My favorite season is fall. My favorite holiday is Christmas. It used to be Valentine's Day, but I feel like it's Christmas now. I just love decorating for Christmas, and I love snow, and if I have to choose like a favorite season and a favorite holiday, I feel like it's a good combination because I can get both fall and snow in it. So my favorite season is definitely fall, though. I love the fall leaves. They're just so pretty. And I love flowers as well. So like growing up, my favorite season was spring, but lately, or at least as an adult, I feel my favorite season is fall. How did you and Dom meet? So Dominic and I actually met on Tinder, and it was actually really interesting because I messaged him first on Tinder, and I never messaged anyone first on Tinder. Like, I was not about that life of messaging people first, but I was actually at my friend Sarah's wedding, and I think it was like the night or two, it was 2 nights before Sarah's wedding, I'm pretty sure, and Sarah like encouraged me to message this guy, and I don't know why. Literally, I don't know why, because I can't remember his Tinder profile being that like spectacular, but I am so happy she did. Like, I am so grateful that that happened because he is obviously the love of my life. So it all worked out in the end. If you guys want me to do a Q&A with Dominic about like our relationship or anything, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll post like a post for you guys to ask us any question you want about our relationship, because I think that would be really fun as well. Oh, here's another question about us. Okay. Oh, this is actually a lot of questions about us. Maybe I should save this for a Q&A with Dominic. No, I'm not going to, because I feel like I would like to answer these questions without him. So this is a different question. Was it love at first sight? I would say it was not love at first sight. I really liked him. I was super guarded at that time. I had just gotten out of a super horrible relationship, and like literally a month before I had gotten out of a really bad relationship. So it was not love at first sight for me, and I don't believe it was for him either, but it grew very, very quickly. So by our second date, I think we were both basically in love with each other. So it really was kind of like, you could say it was love at first sight, but I also feel like our love is very different than a love at first sight kind of love. Our love is very constant rather than that spark at first sight type of love that you get, because I've had those loves before and they fizzle right out. They really aren't right for you. And this love, it was a very, I think for both of us, it wasn't a love at first sight, but it was a comfort at first sight. Like, we both were very settled at first sight with each other. And I've never had that in my life with anyone, where I felt so at ease and like this person is going to take good care of my heart. I have always had tumultuous love at first sight type of feelings where I never thought they would take good care of me. And I just like, it was all like a passion thing, where with Dominic, obviously we had that passion also, but what it was more so was a like very, I felt home, like, and he will describe it that way as well. Like it just felt like, it felt like coming home from, and that's so cheesy, and I've heard a million people use that term before, but it really is the truth. When you meet your person, it feels like a comfort that you will recognize. Like it's a weird thing because you've never felt it before. I had never felt that with anyone else before, but it was a comfort that I recognized and that I knew. I just felt at ease. What work does Dom do? So he is actually in electronic sales and he leads a team. He loves that kind of work. He's really into sales. He's very, very good at it. So that is his job. Who does the most cooking? I would say Dominic does the most cooking if he is feeling it. If he's not feeling it, if he's like really stressed at work or like just exhausted in general from life, he doesn't like cooking. He's very passionate about cooking and he's the best chef ever, but if I can tell, like if I need to be the cook, I will be the cook. And so like I would say it's pretty even for the most part. Like lately I've been cooking a lot more just because he's been pretty stressed with work, but normally he cooks most of the time, and on his days off he still really does like cooking, and we both agree he's way better of a chef than I am, but he's taught me a lot, so I definitely cook a lot now as well. Do you have similar hobbies? So we both, I feel, have similar hobbies. We both just like to do things together is really what we like. I feel like we have different interests, but we also can appreciate each other's interests. So we do a lot of things together, even though I feel our hobbies are probably pretty different, but we compromise in them. So like, say I like walking. I love going for walks. I honestly really like exercising. So he will do that with me, where his hobby is playing video games. He loves playing video games. So we play video games together. I will play them with him because we both like the other person's hobby, but we do it for the other person at the same time, if that makes any sense. Dom seems like he is so romantic with you. What does he do every day that melts your heart most? There are so many things that he does, honestly, but I think my favorite is every single night before we go to bed, we are laying in bed, Sunday's always above our head, and he yells to all of the animals. I think I've mentioned this in a different video, but he yells to all of our animals. He says, what does he say? It's like, and it's always the same thing. It's like a canned like thing that he says every single night. And if he doesn't say it, like he's upset. The next morning he will be upset if he doesn't say it. But he usually remembers to say it. He says, "Good night, baby." Or yeah, he says, "We love you." What does he say? Oh yeah, he says, "Good night, baby Keaton. Mommy and Daddy love you. Good night, baby Blossom. Mommy and Daddy love you. Good night, Poochie. Mommy and Daddy love you." And then he goes, "And we hope you come sleepies with." And it is just literally the cutest thing ever. And like he does it every single night. And like if he really wants them to come sleepies with, like, or sleep with, sorry. If he really wants them to come sleep with us, like he will kind of like go on about how like he really misses when they would sleepies between his legs. And like it's just so cute. It's my favorite thing of all time, and it literally melts me. What did you study in college? I studied photography, and I feel like that was a good thing for me to study because I feel like I still utilize it even though I don't really do photography all that much anymore. The only thing about it is that I feel like it did kind of like diminish my passion for photography as well, because I had like such a passion, and then when I went to college for it, it kind of became, I just was less passionate about it when I was in school. Okay, so this is another question. I want to know more about you, your ambitions, your plans post-COVID, what your favorite places, people, and things are. So this is a broad question, Jenny. You really brought out a broad question. So my ambitions, I would say, are to just continue to grow my YouTube channel. I I love doing the fashion stuff, and I'm going to obviously continue to do the fashion stuff because I'm really into fashion. But as you guys know, and as you've seen through the fashion stuff, I always try to bring in stuff about mental health, stuff about feeling good about your body, and stuff like that, because that is what I am truly passionate about, is helping people through their mental health struggles. And the fact that I've been able to do that with my channel at all is just a huge like blessing for me. But that's what I'm mostly passionate about, and what like my ambitions are for my channel is to, I don't know how yet I'm going to do that, and I don't think it's necessary for me to know how yet, because my channel is still too small that I wouldn't be able to really like grow out of YouTube yet. But at some point I would like to grow some sort of community platform, tools, something to help people through mental health struggles. And I used to want to be a therapist when I was younger, and I feel like that is what I get to do kind of through YouTube and like chatting with you guys in the comments and through Instagram. Like, my hopes and my dreams for my channel are to have some sort of effect on mental health and the way people feel about themselves. So that's where my ambitions come from, and that's where I plan on going with my channel in the future. And now I feel like I sprinkle it in all the time. And then, what are your favorite places, people, and things? My favorite place in the world is California. I am obsessed with California. The California coast is everything to me. It's so gorgeous. And people, I would say obviously Dominic is my favorite person ever, but then my mom, and then I would say, I don't know, I'm like rating people at this point, but I would say my favorite people are my mom and Dominic, and then all of you guys. Honestly, you guys keep up with me in a way that my friends, like, I love my friends, don't get me wrong, and they're amazing, but like the way that you guys keep up with me really means the world to me, and I really genuinely feel like you are my friends. So you guys are some of my favorite people in my world. And then things, I would say my favorite thing, let's see, this is a broad one as well. My favorite thing is waking up every day with Sunday, and like I love animals, so like my animals, I would say, I know they're not things, but they are my passion outside. And that's another thing. I know you guys asked about Dominic and I if we have similar hobbies. We are both really into animals and pets, and we both actually have similar hobbies when it comes to like going on vacation. We both love traveling. So yeah, my favorite things would be like traveling, my pets, and all of that kind of stuff, just animal things, you know. Okay, and then oh, another question about hobbies. So I would love to know if you have any hobbies or talents besides, you're very sweet. I draw and paint and love to cook. How about you? So I let's see, what do I do as a hobby outside of YouTube? I feel like YouTube is my hobby, to be honest. It is obviously a business as well, but I love everything that comes along with YouTube. I'm a very creative person. I've always kind of gravitated towards creating things. So I love editing videos, even though it's like, it's time consuming. I still love doing it. I love editing my thumbnails. I'm really into photography, as you guys know. So that would be a big hobby of mine. It's just like taking pictures and editing, and like even like my friends and my mom and like people will send me their stuff to edit for them because they know how much I love editing like pictures and stuff. And so like it's hard for me to not honestly do that kind of thing. So when I'm like taking a break from editing, my mom will like be sending me a picture and I'll be like, oh yeah, let's do this. And I know it's a part of my job now, so like it should feel like work, but it is my hobby as well. I just love doing that kind of stuff. So that is what I would say is my hobby. And then also like going for walks and stuff. I just love walking. I love dancing as well. I'm really into dancing and singing and listening to podcasts. Like, these are weird hobbies, but they're things that I love. And yeah, I'm big on like all of that kind of stuff, and like the simple things. I consider the simple things to be my hobbies, like going to get a coffee. But anyway, you guys, and that's something that Dominic and I share as a hobby as well. So I'd say, like, I know I still be compromised on our hobbies, but I feel like a lot of our hobbies we've been together for I think 6 years, yeah, almost 6 years at this point. And so like a lot of our hobbies have become immersed in each other because we just like to spend time with each other when Dominic is off of work. But anyway, you guys, I have to end this video because I have to pee so bad. Literally, I have to pee so bad. My camera is straight up dying right now. So I am going to end this video here, and I will do more videos like this if you guys want. You guys asked a lot of questions about Dominic and I, so I feel like you guys would maybe be interested in a question and answers with Dominic. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely leave a comment below and I can get Dominic involved. That would be so much fun for everyone involved. So anyway, you guys, I love you so much, and I will see you in my next one.